What's up, y'all? And welcome back to the Warsheep podcast. Listen, we got more updates in regards to the whole Charlie Kirk situation, but honestly, there's more information that's coming out in regards to his tragic shooting. You understand what I'm saying? Things that I really need to shed more light on for not only just myself, but also for you all as the listening audience. Listen, you guys have got to know a lot of this information is coming across the pike. And some of the things that I've been studying about on this particular shooting, listen, like I said, there is no reason for somebody to lose their life based on their viewpoints and ideology because you disagree with their position. It's completely uncalled for somebody to lose their life based on them wanting to speak their own truth, right? In this country, as we know, this is not a third world country. So my thing is this, right? Let's go ahead and dive into some more updates in regards to this particular situation with Charlie Kirk, and then let's go ahead and take a listen into, honestly, was this already planned? Did they have this orchestrated? Did they have this planned in regards to taking his life this day, right? To push their own really agenda. Let's take a listen to that and shed light on that and more right here, right now on the Warsheep podcast. We believe that light creates understanding. Understanding creates love. Love creates patience, and that patience will create unity. So let's get unified in the spirit, y'all.
Is the sheep preaching hate when he says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore? If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking you over the head, stop him. Do whatever you have to do to stop him. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate, he's violent.
We begin with developing news. One day after the deadly shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, police are scouring both the college campus where he died and the surrounding town for evidence and answers. The FBI released these photos of who they're calling a person of interest. They still have not found him or identified him. But as reporter Kaylee Schuyler shows us, investigators say they are closing in thanks to some brand new evidence.
The gunman who fatally shot Charlie Kirk is still on the run, but authorities have gathered more evidence and released new details about the suspect. Investigators out early Thursday morning combing through the rooftop where they say a sniper fired the shot that killed the conservative activist. Now they're asking for the public's help to find this man, a person of interest dressed in dark clothing, a hat, and sunglasses. And they say they recovered a high-powered bolt-action rifle they think was used by the shooter located in the woods near the college campus.
FBI laboratory will be analyzing this weapon.
Authorities reportedly found messages on the weapon and ammunition, though their meaning remains unclear.
We find ourselves today hunting a murderer who chose to violate our rights, the rights of an individual within this country.
The FBI is offering a reward of up to $100,000 for anyone with information that leads to the identification and arrest of the gunman.
The suspect blended in well with the college institution.
The Turning Point USA CEO was a close friend and ally of President Trump, who announced he will award Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom posthumously.
Charlie was a giant of his generation, a champion of liberty, and an inspiration to millions and millions of people.
Vice President Vance will meet with Kirk's friends and families here in Utah, and then his casket will fly back to Phoenix aboard Air Force Two. In Orem, Utah, Kaylee Schuyler, Fox News.
Senators from both sides of the aisle came together today and found common ground in their condemnation of political violence. The lawmakers say they are all in agreement it must come to an end.
Charlie Kirk was assassinated. From a Republican point of view, he was one of the leading voices in the MAGA world. He organized campuses to spread conservatism. On our side of the aisle, we saw him as a great force. I think Democrats, whether they agreed with him or not, understand that this is not the way you have discourse in the country. And we're just here as a group to say America cannot govern itself this way. We all have to speak with one voice and find the person who did this and bring them to justice.
And you think about Charlie Kirk's wife today, you think about those little babies that are never going to know their dad growing up. And I can't help but think about what's happened in Minnesota this summer. Same thing, right? A madman killing our former Speaker of the House and her husband, gunning them down in their house, killing, attempting to kill another legislator, 8 bullets through him, 9 bullets through his wife. That all happened in our state.
All right. So this whole Charlie Kirk situation is opening up and shedding new light on what's currently going on and taking place here in our culture, in our geographic, in our country all together, right? I mean, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, listen, you should all be able to take a position of understanding that this man was a father, that this man was a husband, right? Regardless on his belief system, regardless on his position in politics, listen, nobody should be gunned down based on them expressing their beliefs in public. You can be easily in the same position for expressing your belief in the Messiah. You understand what I'm telling you? As to where there will be war on this, as we know, in the coming future, right? My thing is this, right? Is that you could easily be in that same position. So the only thing that you should really come from a place of empathy in regards to what recently took place with Charlie Kirk. But I have reasons to believe, and some others have reasons to believe, that they've already predicted this, or they've already orchestrated this particular murder, right, of Charlie Kirk. That they were already planning this before anything took place. There were plans, there were things that were set already in motion, and we already know that a lot of people are going to have their tinfoil hats on in regards to this particular shooting. Okay. But first, of course, the response from the vast majority of the people that are on the left has been nothing but disgusting. I have to say. Now, my thing is that regardless on the situation, circumstance, like I keep reiterating, based on people's standpoints and belief system, listen, nobody should die based on that. It should be eliminated based on what they believe. Okay. There's no way you can sell it to me or pitch it to me to where I would take it and receive it as something that is right, that somebody should be murdered based on what they believe. Let's take a look as to what some of these individuals are doing and saying, right? And we're going to dive deep into what was possibly orchestrated in regards to Charlie Kirk's death. Let's get to it, y'all.
I am sad, distraught. In fact, I just cried on my live stream in front of 250,000 people.
Dean, a bunch of us have access to your Discord, right? Where I just want to point out that at the same time you were feeling sad and upset and crying in front of 250,000 people, you were also running a poll in your Discord about whether or not Charlie Kirk deserved to die. Which, hey, the poll's still going, but it's looking like your audience thinks he did. They think he deserved to die, and you gave them a chance to answer that because you set up a poll in Discord for them. That's what you were doing behind the scenes while you were crying on live. While you were acting like this upset you, you were making a joke about it in your Discord. You were making something funny out of it. You were trying to find a way to make content. I mean, dude, like, what kind of person is crying on live stream in front of 250,000 people? Which, stop. You didn't have 250,000 people. But even if you did, crying in front of them while making a joke about it on your private Discord. Yeah, see, dude, a bunch of us have access to that. So while you're on here doing your little performative bullshit, yeah, we can all see what you really think.
Yeah, when I saw this video of Dean Withers putting on his sad face and talking about how sad he is and, bringing up the fake tears, I really didn't believe him. I don't believe majority of these people who are now coming out on X saying how sorry they are of what happened. I'm sure in secret, all of them are celebrating and laughing. But of course, a lot of them have to save face and they're trying to show as if they're a good person when they're really not.
You support a shooter?
Yep, sure do.
You support Charlie Kirk's shooter?
Sure do. He does all favors.
Would you shoot somebody like Charlie Kirk?
Now, let me say this: that the scriptures, the Bible, prophesied that it'll be people like this, right? And the love of many shall wax cold, right? And so, and of course, mockers and scorners and blasphemers and things like that, people who are just heartless, cold. You know what I'm saying? Cold-hearted individuals. And this is what we're witnessing here today. It's cold-hearted individuals who are lacking in empathy, lacking in love.
You would have killed them yourself. Okay. Do you have a job here in Seattle?
A few moments later.
Oh, so you Trump supporters want to call my mom and threaten my mom? Oh, yeah. That's why I called the police on you, and I'm reporting you for doxing and harassment. You're going to fucking prison, buddy. That's a federal charge. You're really gonna call my mom and threaten her on the phone? Yep. Okay, I didn't want to bring the police in this because I hate the police, but now I'm going to. I have all the receipts. You're fucked. You are fucked. They can trace your phone calls. You called my mom and said you're gonna kill her? Okay, wait till I get home. I dare you, double dog dare you, to show up to my house. I will kill you my fucking self. Don't ever threaten my mom out like that, bitch. Fuck you, Trump supporters. You guys are pussies. You guys are gonna dox my mom? Oh, you got me fucked up now. I'm pissed. Oh, you thought I was being nice now. I'm about to fly around and fuck you guys up. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure this is probably one of the same people.
Now, my thing is this, right? How you gonna be mad at them for threatening your life when you just got done laughing about another man who life was taken based on what he believed? You believed that it was okay for his life to be taken. Now you're upset that others believe that they should take your mother's life. The hypocrisy is crazy.
Who
Let's
say
continue.
the police are not needed, yet here you are crying and pleading for the police to help you because of the fact that, you know, the consequences of your action came to slap you in the face. There are a lot of disgusting videos of people like this going around where they're taunting and cheering because of the fact that Charlie Kirk died. And it just goes to show you that these people do not care about you. They will laugh at you when you're at your worst moments.
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed. How do you feel?
Happy. Goodbye.
Wow. Did you see that Charlie Kirk just got shot and killed?
That's good.
Wow, that's good. Oh, that's good that people are getting shot just off a political view. Good that people are dying in America.
Did you see that Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today?
Yes, I did.
How do you feel about that?
I don't really have any feelings about it. Who are you?
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today. We're just getting people's opinions. How do you feel about that?
Girl, someone had to do it. And that's how I feel at this point in time. But
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty. I truly do. So you said someone had to do it.
yes. Try not to get all pulled up into that, but
I want to say this, right? The minds of the youth, the younger people, the younger generation is coming up, of course, in college campuses and younger, and the mindset of being trained to remove all empathy, right? And that people should not have a voice or an opinion in this country, I believe is just absolute crazy right now. Like if it's a thing as to where you cannot mutilate your body, right? Or if it's a thing as to where it's like anything that's contrary to the scripture, anything that's contrary to the Bible, right? Anything that is for your detriment, not your benefit. I'm sorry, self-mutilization is not something that is for your benefit. It's your detriment. And it leads you to a great state of depression and it leads you to self-deletion on average. Okay. Not only that, in other senses of being free to do as thy wilt, as Aleister Crowley so famously taught a lot of the higher elites, in which it looks like it's being pushed off into the youth, as to where this generation and this society is turning into people who feel like to do what you will is what you should do. You got to understand there's so many individuals that's on TikTok and other social media platforms that are speaking blasphemous words in regards to, is there a God? Is Jesus real? Believing in Jesus, of course, and things like this, right? And speaking on Yeshua in ways or in lights that he is a fraud or as whatever it may be. It's growing increasingly alarming in this country. And my thing is that as Sharia law is being enforced and approaching here in the United States, I can see why the scriptures say that they would make war with the saints, right? The ones who still believe in the gospels, they would make war with you. But you see the level of coldness that's going on here. That's the reason why the man's own foe should be there of his own household, because while you're sending your children to schools, they are training them how to be double agents in your home. You know, and it's just reality, right? And a lot of the other upper generations are older people, right? A lot of them have already betrayed you and stabbed you in your back multiple times. And these are your family members. These could be relatives that you grew up with that has done so. And they'll be quick to sell you down the river, but they'll also be quick to take the mark of the beast because they don't know anything else but being self-centered. So this is what society we're coming into. You got to know the signs of the times and what times that we're truly in. Let's continue, y'all.
He was a misogynist. He was a disgusting person with disgusting beliefs.
So if you had a magical wand, a magical button that you could press and keep him from being assassinated, would you press that?
No, I think things happen for a purpose. And if that's how his life was ended, then that's how it was ended. So
I really want to be surprised, but then I'm really not. This is the type of behavior I expected from these people. I didn't expect anything less. I didn't expect to see them crying. I didn't expect to see them lending a hand of sympathy. I expected this to happen, but then I am also surprised that it is happening. If this doesn't change people's perspective on things, I don't know what will. These people do not care about you, but it is still surprising to see it happen in real time, even though it was the case that I knew these people were darkened in their hearts like this.
And it go to have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
You would think the person that they're cheering, clapping, and celebrating about was a person who committed some sort of crazy atrocities. But no, this was a person who went to campuses, went on his platform to talk about things, to talk about political beliefs, to talk about things he differed on, and they're celebrating him as if he has killed people when he hasn't. Just like all the people who are currently celebrating TMZ are disgusting people just like them.
Yeah. Grab me out. Hey, yo, grab me out. Let's go up, guys. Come on. Let's go up, guys. I don't know. Let's go. I have no idea. What are you doing? Get the fuck out. Let's go.
I honestly don't even know how these people can live with themselves engaging in this type of behavior. Someone literally died probably a few minutes before he went in to take those hats and start throwing them to other people, and they feel perfectly fine with themselves.
Leftists celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. Watch this.
Bye, Charlie Kirk. Like you said, people getting shot and killed for the Second Amendment is so worth it. I never thought we'd agree on anything. Bye.
Wow.
By the sword, died by the sword. He did say that gun deaths were an acceptable side effect of gun rights. Congratulations to Charlie Kirk for becoming the new poster child for gun awareness and violence.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
These people are absolutely despicable. Remember, this is the same side that's telling you they're about doing the right thing and about being virtuous and about supporting people and about doing the right thing. These people are disgusting. They're not saying, hey, praying for him.
No, these people are absolutely lost. We're gonna move on to the next thing. These people are absolutely lost. They definitely aren't about people's rights or anything like that. Honestly, this is deceptive. They're deceived. The same people who would advocate for children to be mutilated in the womb is the same people who is out here celebrating Charlie Kirk being shot. Literally, right? It really does paint the picture as to where you truly know that their belief system, they don't believe in you and your rights and your human rights and your right to live, any of those things, right? They're very cold, very cold and calloused group of people who believe that, of course, anybody's right to life is very, situational. You get what I'm saying? It's very situational. So, you know, regardless, any loss of life is something that they cannot empathize with, and they've detached themselves from all empathy. If they disagree with their viewpoints, if they disagree with what you have to say, you being gunned down in the middle of the streets for your viewpoints and what you have to say will bring them joy, and it will have them celebrating, literally. You understand what I'm saying? It's sad. It's sad. Now, one thing that I really want to get into now as well is the simple fact that this whole thing could have been orchestrated. This whole thing could have been planned, just as Nipsey Hussle's death was spoken about, as to where it could have been planned. You understand what I'm saying? Where people knew about it before it even taken place. Let's take a look as to what I'm saying in regards to this, because honestly, there's some information out here that is extremely important for us to go over. And I think that it's important for us to be able to identify and look at, for us to form our own opinions. Okay. Get your tinfoil hats on. Get yourself prepared. Get your tinfoil hats on, because we're about to dive into this thing real quick in this deep rabbit hole. I think that we got to explore. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Now, Grok confirmed this. I went and looked it up and confirmed it. I saw this last night, and I wanted to wait and check. And a whole bunch of corporate publications, a full day before Charlie was shot, put out articles saying Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, but just the headline. And the people there were chanting, and we have the audio. You hear the crowd, the noise. There's all the witnesses they were saying. It's kind of like, it's like the crazy man that stabbed the Ukrainian girl in the throat. You got to listen real carefully. But he says twice, I got that white girl. But you know, he's in a train, so you have to really listen carefully. But you can hear it in there. I don't know if it'll translate over AM radio out there. Probably would on FM, but it's all over. Actually, you want to see it. And the, you know, the cheering, yeah, once it happens, yeah, they're looking, yeah, yeah.
That is demonic, y'all. This is absolutely demonic. The world that we're living in right now, a habitation of devils. Demonic. Let's go.
And so I've got all the postings in the town by leftists and trans people that, hey, he's getting liquidated tomorrow. He's getting dissolved tomorrow. Something big's going to happen. He's going to go bye-bye.
All right, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him literally. Let's just say something big will happen.
And then there's this, and I'll play that to show you the stuff in a moment, but look at this. Let's put this on screen from Amazon. Put the full screen up, please. The shooting of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, blow that up. Why does Amazon have the shooting of Charlie Kirk by Anastasia J. Casey posted one day before he was murdered? And then they updated it, and it's on the Internet Archive. That's been checked. It happened a day, September 9th. So it was already out there, and then they updated it today.
Now, let me say the significance between 9/11, the terrorist attack, and also, of course, the attack on Charlie Kirk. Honestly, is it a coincidence? Do you guys believe that this is truly a coincidence in regards to him being attacked a day before 9/11 terrorist attack, right? And then a lot of the information is unfolding here today on 9/11, on the day that the terrorist attack took place so many years ago. I don't believe this is a coincidence. I believe it has been calculated. This has been calculated, and you know, a day before, literally, there's no way that this had not been calculated. But let's continue.
Publication date September 9th. The FBI needs to be knocking down some doors over there.
Those for seeing this all about Charlie Kirk. First of all, I am devastated. I am stressed. I hope he's okay. I was just Googling this, and something blew my mind. This just happened September 10th. If you look on Google right now, 19 hours ago, posted by New York Times and Los Angeles Times, 19 hours ago, saying Charlie Kirk was shot. 19 hours ago would have been September 9th. Today's the 10th. This doesn't make sense. 19 hours ago. 19 hours ago. Today is the 10th. This doesn't make sense. How could the New York Times and Los Angeles Times report 19 hours ago that he had been shot when this just happened September 10th?
Yeah. So you guys see what we're saying in regards to that?
So do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Pay attention to this guy right here in the blue. Pay attention to him right here in the blue. Just zero in on him. Stay focused on him. Don't look at Charlie. Look at this guy in the blue. Okay, let's go.
Too many. It's 5. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Counting or not counting gang violence?
Did you see what he did? He just made a move there. Okay. Let me oh man, I can't zoom in on this. Okay. I'll try to zoom in on this. But he just made a move there. We're gonna have a closer angle real quick, okay? He just made a move. The moment he makes a move, okay, Charlie gets shot. Okay. This is graphic, okay? Now watch him. He's gonna make a move.
Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Counting or not counting gang violence?
Yeah.
Great.
So he did like this and rubbed his arm. I think he went across his chest, rubbed his arm, almost like a baseball signal, right? Almost like giving a signal for baseball, right? And then as soon as he does that, Charlie gets shot. Okay. Charlie gets shot as soon as he makes that signal. Now we have, of course, the evidence where she says, of course, New York Times has posted 19 hours prior to his shooting. 19 hours they posted that he was shot and killed. 19 hours prior to this taking place, which will place it at around 9 on the 9th of September, which is absolutely odd, right? But we've seen that happen before, did we not? In regards to somebody calling it early or too early, but it was orchestrated. We've heard about that with Nipsey Hussle situation in which someone called in and just called in prematurely, right? Or too early. And then next thing you know, the person wind up dead that a little bit later that day. You know what I mean? So not only that, of course, you saw that books were being published in regards to Charlie and being shot. And that was at least 2 days prior to what took place, or 2 days to a day prior to what took place here. Today was a day prior. On the 9th, a book was published in regards to Charlie being shot, and then he gets shot the day after. Okay. So you got to continue to keep, listen, like I said, hopefully you got your tinfoil hat on, right? Hopefully you got your tinfoil hat on, because something is really going on here that took place in regards to Charlie. And of course, he was somebody who spoke for MAGA, on the MAGA movement, and also for the Republican Party. He was somebody who was the Speaker of the House, right? Who spoke in public and spoke about these particular conservative views. Now, is there an attack on conservative viewpoints? Is there an attack on the conservative viewpoints in the traditional family? It's always been an attack on traditional families, especially when it comes to the melanated community. There's always been a systematic attack to the deterioration of our community, of our traditional families, of our conservative views. It doesn't matter what it is. I think that's going to be across the board for all of this country. They're looking to degrade or weaponize the liberals, right, in order to attack conservative views, conservative families, because that is the backbone of this country. You understand what I'm saying? This is another stake in their claims. This is another situation where the conservatives, they're going to bend, fold, and capitulate to the will of the liberals. You understand what I'm saying? Them and their gun control and stripping away basic human rights, right? Don't care about true life. Don't care about you if it's circumstantial and situational based, your life matters. Based on the circumstances, based on the situation. That's the only time that your life truly matters. They don't care outside of that. If you disagree with them in their viewpoints of being able to self-mutilate, then guess what? If somebody takes you out, they could care less. Right? I didn't agree with everything that Charlie said. I disagree with a lot of stuff that he talked about, but I still respected his viewpoints and respected that he had a voice and he had a platform and he can speak and say what he needs to say here in this country while we still have freedom of speech. while we still have freedom of speech, freedom of press, and freedom of and the right to bear arms. That right there protects all of our freedoms. And the moment that they're able to seize that right to bear arms, guess what? All of our freedoms, all of our basic human rights will be taken along with our firearms, our rights to carry. It's not the rifle that murdered Charlie Kirk. It is the individual holding it. It is the emotionality behind it. It is the mind control behind it. It is the level of manipulated minds, weak minds that actually did it to a man or to a young man who had his whole life ahead of him, a bright future. Like I said, regardless of my disagreements with his viewpoints, with a lot of his viewpoints, there's still some things I could agree with him on, but I would enter into debate with him at any point. I would enter in debate with him. I would not seek to want him to be murdered. Right? Let's continue.
Get down. What the fuck?
Steven Crowder, overnight, he published it about 7 a.m. this morning on X, was given by law enforcement, ATF, DHS, their own internal report that they got the rifle, the shells in the magazine with all the different trans and anti-fascist carvings on it. And they put that out because they're concerned that the information would be suppressed. Just like they released the information within 15 minutes of them being there, to Kyle Seraphin, FBI whistleblower. They told him, because we're concerned they're going to cover this up 100%, this is a shooter, and it was. And just like the Nashville shooter, it would take years to find out it was a trans person if it was left to the FBI old leadership. But they don't wait around now. They're sick of it. So that's good. We got good people more and more in there that have the courage to speak out and get the information out. All right.
Now, I hope you guys understand what's really taking place here. As this story continues to unfold, there's more and more nuances of the truth that is coming out, more layers of this thing that is coming out piece by piece, and the attack on our freedoms, the attack on our freedoms. Sometimes it means that there will be casualties in the war to be able to take over our minds, to be able to take over our homes, to take over our freedoms. And unfortunately, Charlie Kirk is just but one of those who is now a casualty as well, right? One thing's for sure is we should never allow them to remove or strip any of our rights away from us to be able to protect and defend ourselves on any capacity, on any level. You understand what I'm telling you? This is one of the most important things that we have to understand and we have to know. We got to always protect those rights. We got to protect those things at all costs. You understand what I'm saying? So, hopefully you guys are able to really put these things together. Like I said, seeing a lot of this stuff, witnessing a lot of this stuff, it does not bring any joy to see what state our society is heading in, right? And the protection of your own, preservation and protection of your own, you and your own family and your closest friends and relatives that also have the same mindset. The preservation is something that is key, and it's one of the most important things, right? You guys got to come up with your plans. Come up with your plans, contingency plans, backup plans, whatever you need to do. There's been a lot of individuals who spoke about the year 2030, right? And being able to remove yourself or leave the states, leave America by the year 2030. And for reasons that honestly would only be related to the country developing into something that they can no longer recognize. I want you guys to identify that right in here, right now. I appreciate you guys joining me for the Warsheep podcast here today. Listen, don't forget to like this video, comment and subscribe, and share this with everyone who needs to hear the truth, who needs to hear this message. All right. This is your host, Barack. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Sometimes evil that I see. Who gon' stand for me against all this iniquity? Warsheep, Warsheep, Warsheep is our sheep. 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 Who gon' stand for me? Who gon' stand for me? Who gon' stand for me against all this iniquity? Warsheep, Warsheep, Warsheep is our sheep. 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 Who gon' stand for me? Who gon' stand for y'all? Who gon' stand for Jesus? Who gon' stand for me? The truth is on fire. We don't need no water, let the Holy Spirit burn. The truth is on fire. We don't need no water, let the Holy Spirit burn. Who gon' stand for me? Who gon' stand for me? Who gon' stand for me? Psalms 94:16. Who gon' stand for me?